Hi everybody, welcome to the live. Let me just set up Instagram and let us go. So, hi, my name is Ruth. Welcome to the live today. I am going to be heat pressing and I'm going to be heat pressing the attributes of the fruit of the Spirit. So if you haven't seen the design, this is the design now. This is the way it looks when I'm putting them on water bottles or skinny tumblers. So we're going to be moving on to the 15-ounce skinny tumblers, not the 20-ounce, so the 15-ounce skinny tumblers. And so it looks like this until I wrap it around the water bottle. So I'll be doing it in a water bottle in a little while. But then that same design looks like this when we're putting it on a clock. Now you'll notice that this is in reverse, but this isn't. And the reason for that is because on the clock, it's actually printed on the back of the clock. So it comes through the glass of the clock, as opposed to everything else, it goes on top of. So when we do it on the ceramic coaster, this goes on top of the ceramic coaster, and in so doing, we're actually pressing in reverse. So that's essentially what I'm going to be doing today. So I wanted to just do a live on a Friday evening whilst the little people are asleep and the ministry people are out ministering to the rest of the world. I think there's a youth event that my husband is at this evening. Yeah, it's a ministry event. It's actually quite a big ministry event. It's the Metropolitan East youth group. So you've got Elim, which Elim? You've got Elim, Barking, Eastham, Leytonstone, City Gates, and I feel like I'm missing one. Well, with Barking and Eastham, they're actually part of the East Gateway Hub. So there will be a few of our churches. There are 6 churches: Barking, Eastham, Dagenham, Pitsea, Rayleigh, and Ashenden. I try to do it in alphabetical order, and I always end up missing one. So so they're out doing that, having a wonderful time worshiping. And so whilst I've got the time to myself, I decided, let me do some heat pressing because I have got them to put back onto the website. I sold out of the clock actually at the East Gateway Hub Aspire event on Saturday, and so I needed to make some more. And yesterday I did a TikTok live on the Christmas items that I'm going to be making. I've posted a reel on my Instagram, Adinkra, so you can see one of the designs that I've got. The Jesus is the reason for the season. So I've just stuck on with heat tape, and this dispenser is indispensable. Excuse me for the pun. But yeah, it's absolutely like it cuts up the tape as you go. So all you have to do is just lift it up, and then you've got this side that I haven't mastered very well, but it's got a blade there that I should put away. It's got a blade there and a little button that just brings it up. But yeah, so it does that, and then it's got a little pocket for tools as well, but all my tools are actually tucked away, so I don't use that as often. So the clocks come in a box like this, and then they have their compartments in a part like this. So they're all together like this, and then you assemble them. Absolutely love assembling them. All you need is a pair of pliers just to hold them in place, and then you in essence get that. But I'm going to try and go through that whole process so we can actually see. So I haven't put the heat press on yet, because what I want to do, I love to work in batches. It's more lean in terms of working. So what I do is take everything out as I need, and then I take out, put it, the designs on, and then work through what I need to work through. What I need actually is my image was wrong. I need to get hi folks on Instagram. I'm really sorry I can't see you. I don't know if I need to get like a second screen. I can see YouTube on my computer screen, but I can't see Instagram live. So hi, if there are any comments or anything like that, it might be better if you switch over to YouTube, go to Adinkra Crafts, and have a look there, and then you can actually comment there, and I can see your comments on that side. But in any case, thank you for joining me. It's great to actually just have. I'm going to have a little peek actually. Yeah, it's great to be able to have both devices that I can actually set up. So this is just tissue and rubbing alcohol, just to clean off. This is the front of the clock. I don't know why I'm cleaning the front of the clock, because it's actually the back that I'll be applying the design to. But yeah, that's the side I'm supposed to clean. Because usually I clean the front once I am putting it away in a package. But alright, okay, so let's put that down, and then we're going to get our clock design. And obviously, because it's a circle, you don't have to think about the direction that you're putting it on. You just put it on and make sure that it's even. So what I do is, what I did, shall I say, what I did in the designing of it was to print out a dot in the middle. So all I have to do to make sure that it's centered is to actually have the dot centered in the circle, because that circle is correct. It's round, it's a circle. So long as that dot is bang in the middle of the circle, then the clock face will be bang in the middle as well. And what I also did was I left a gap between the sides, so it's not all the way to the edge of the clock, just so that you get some room to maneuver. So the clock is 30 centimeters across, and the design is just under that. I think it's 26 or something, I can't remember. But yeah, so that's that that I've done. So sorry for my back, but essentially just putting, because the heat press isn't on, I can just put this here for the moment, and then devil, get behind me. Hey, devil, under my feet. Hey, devil, get behind me. Hey, devil, get behind me. Hey, devil, under my feet. Hey, devil, get behind me. Right, okay, sorry, just needed to fix something on the screen. Right, okay, so heat tape all around so that we can make sure it's secure. So obviously the paper is square, but the image is circle. So you get the corners that you can actually tape down. And devil under my feet. It's all behind me. So, just show you. So what I have is, you can see the tapes on the corners. So I've taped it down, and yeah, this is upside down right now. But yeah, so I'm now going to be putting it down and tape down all the others, and then we'll move on to the next stage because we like them in stages. So get the other box out. Hi, if you're online, just comment to say hi, send me a wave. Instagram, as I said, I can't see you at the moment because I'm using my back camera, and so I can't see any comments at the moment, because my back camera is better than my front camera. So yeah, so it might be an idea to switch over to YouTube and follow, like and subscribe. Send me a comment, send me a like, thumbs up for the video, because I'm trying to be more intentional, and I create a lot but I don't put the content out there. So I'm doing my very best to actually make sure that you can see the behind the scenes. It's interesting because a lot of people, when I go to markets, they ask me, oh, where do I get my designs from? I'm like, I think they're asking like a really profound question, so I go by inspiration of God when I read the Bible. But actually the question they're asking is, where do you buy it from? No, I don't buy it from anywhere. I buy the raw material. I print and design the items in my own studio. So I've got sublimation printer here, there's a laser printer there, and an inkjet printer. So depending on what it is that I'm actually doing, and I've got the vinyl cutter on this side for the vinyl stuff that I do, and there's the foiling machine for when I do the gold foil stuff, and the UV resin for when I do the acrylic signs. So I make everything as much as I possibly can. The only thing so far that I can say I don't make is the scripture wristbands, because those are actually buy, so I don't design them at all, I just buy them. But yeah, that's the only thing that I can say it doesn't come from my studio, but absolutely everything else comes straight out of Adinkra Craft Studio. So rest assured, it has to meet quality standards, and I promise you, I do have mugs that I have made. Like last year, I made these mugs. Look at the 3D-ness of this. It's so cool. So I got the flower design and I just heat press it. But then like it's faded on the side, and because it's faded, it's not going out. We just don't do that. Like, yeah, we don't. No. But also, this is very generic. It's Christmas, yes, but it's very generic. So then I decided that I wasn't actually going to sell this. But like I was saying, I did a live yesterday, and this is Jesus is the reason for the season. Another design that I actually made myself 4 Christmases ago, and that I actually did with vinyl. So the gold was the base, and then you had the black on top, and then you had the green vinyl, and the cherries were red vinyl. So I cut them out individually and then stuck them all down. But of course, for me, I knew that vinyl peels, so it wasn't going to last very long. So I had to think of another way of getting the things to stick onto the products. So I do mugs, frosted glass, water bottles. So these water bottles, as I was saying, this is actually metal and insulated. It's not glass. This is metal and insulated, so it keeps your drinks cool for a long time. Sorry, I'm deviating now. But then you've got the let me see. This is the so these come with sippy cups, but what I'm actually using them for is just the tumbler element of it. So it's got the this again is insulated, but it's got the screw top lid and the slide top and yes, so you've got this is 12 ounce, but I only have 3 of them in stock, and so I can put any design on there, but once that these 3 finish, I have got plans to put the fruit of the spirit on there, the attribute of the fruit of the spirit on there to actually take to market. And once those are done, they're done, and then I'll be buying the 15 ounce to actually move on forward. So if you do want the 12 ounce, then let me know in the comments. Let me know, go online. You can email me, personalize at Adinkra.shop, and I can do these for you. That's a 12 ounce, but outside of that, you'll be getting the 15 ounces. And yeah, it came with these sippy cups, but it wasn't practical because they didn't stay leak proof. And having little people, I know that it needs to be leak proof because they just turn it upside down, and as soon as they see that water's coming out of it, then they're just gonna pour it out. So you're walking around the house and all of a sudden you've got a puddle somewhere, and you're like, where did this puddle come from? And the puddle came from a little person discovering that the bottle is not leak proof, which is a shame. So we're not using the tumbler. Hello, Ophelia. Ophelia's online. Ophelia is my makeup artist. She is absolutely amazing. Not only is she a makeup artist, she's also a creator, fellow crafter. So she makes jewelry and fashion pieces with African print, and so she makes really, really intricate designs and pieces. Go on to Mogul Fashion. Yeah, is it Mogul Fashion? Ophelia, please can you comment on there for me? and what the Instagram handles are, because I never get it right. So if you comment on there, and yeah, I can say it properly. But yeah, so yeah, that's Ophelia, and she'll make you up, and then she'll give you the jewelry to wear, to match the style. And one thing I love about Ophelia's pieces is the fact that, like, especially as Christmas is coming, you can have a really simple black dress and then have a statement piece. So you may have like a v-neck dress, or a wrap over, and you'll have a statement piece that just stands out. And yeah, that's the way we're doing it this Christmas. Statement pieces, and then you'll have the earrings to match, and the bangles sometimes as well. I find bangles a little bit tedious, but that's because I've got little people, so they're constantly pulling on it. Even earrings, sometimes I don't even wear that much. Okay, so Mogul Cosmetics and Mogul Fashion. So Mogul Cosmetics is MOGHULKOSM. So basically it's Mogul, MOGHUL, and then Cosmetics with a K. And then you've got Mogul Fashion, MOGHUL Fashion. So yeah, you can follow the accounts on Instagram, and yeah, get your statement pieces in time for Christmas. The website is Mogul Cosmetics and Fashion, and of course the makeup page is OAH Makeup Official. So makeup is the right spelling of makeup. It's nothing, complicated. But yeah, so get in touch for your makeup pieces as well. I know she has been doing some amazing stuff with African Fashion Week recently. And the other day I was just sitting somewhere, and this girl just sends me pictures of collecting awards. I'm like, well, okay, just wake up and be collecting awards like that, and stuff. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that she really does. But yeah, Auntie Tosin, how are you? Auntie Tosin, let me not start with Auntie Tosin. So Auntie Tosin is Mavics Fashion, and she has got, Mavics Fragrance, and she has got some amazing smelling fragrances, and I've got the 50 mils. I'm still trying to work out the combination of them, because the ones that I've got are actually quite soft. I was just about to say softly spoken. Can you imagine? The fragrances are softly spoken. They're soft scents, and so I think I need to, Auntie Tosin, I think I need to invest in some of the stronger ones. I think the one that you said has cinnamon on it. I might need to invest in that to go with my Choco Musk, or my soft, actually. But we'll talk about that. Ophelia, I'm really doing my best out here. I'm just trying to be on live as often as I can. And I'm probably catching the American side as well, doing it this time of the day. I don't intend to, but it is what it is. I just do it when I can. When the little people are not, I'm not going to be disturbing them, and also when they are in the land of Z's. So yeah. Let's do it. So we're on Instagram, and we are on YouTube. You to the tube. So yes, as I say, for those that have just joined, I am doing the clocks for the attributes of the fruit of the spirit. and then later on I'm going to do the water bottle for the same design, but it looks like this. And then I've got the coaster as well that I'm going to be doing. The coasters are much smaller, so yeah. So that's the 4th clock that I've put the design on. So this is just heat tape that I am putting on, so that because you can't use just normal sellotape. Normal sellotape will melt, so you have to use a specialized heat tape. So let's put, this is rubbing alcohol, and this, like, it's amazing as a crafter. You have to figure out how to use certain things to work and be effective. So this you would find more in a makeup room, or the nail shop, where they'll put acetone inside, or whatever the makeup cleansing thing is, and it's got a little pump, so the pump brings out the liquid at the top here, and then for the tissue and bin now, but you just dab the cotton wool on there and it wets it up, but then it allows it to close. So that's the little gadget that and the toasting. As for the varieties of perfumes, I'm not even going there, because I know we've had this conversation so many times. Every time I ask you about fragrances, your brain goes into this directory of like those scientists, where they're formulating, they've got different ways of getting to the answer. All I want to know is what's 1 + 1. And Antitosin's mind just goes all over the place. She's got so many varieties that she wants to give me. Please, I beg, I just want something that will go with my chocolate musk and my soft. So yeah. Of course, your makeup trolley bag and your brush bag. Yeah, why have we not done your makeup trolley bag and your brush bag? Because like your little pouch thing. Oh yeah, do you like my So this jumper, there's a story behind this jumper, yeah. So Christ in Me, the Hope of Glory, I was just testing out vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, and I did this. And then I was testing out puff vinyl, and I ended up testing it out on my jumper because I just wear it at home, so it's no big deal. But not on the front, I think on the back. I've actually written down what temperature and how long I left it on for, but puffed vinyl is not the one, unless it's the sizer one that I've seen how it puffs, which I can't get on this side of the water. So if anyone is in America and wants to buy me sizer puff heat transfer vinyl, I will bless the Lord for your sake forever. Right, okay, enough of the talking. Let us get on with putting this on the bottle. So Antitosin, you're actually going to see how I made our little princess's bottle. So this is the blank, and we have to take all these other bits off because it's plastic. So this is metal, it's metal inside. You can see the insulation. Instagram, you can see the installation. So this is the design, and I always put a line on my print just so that I know where the paper is supposed to end. So I cut that bit off, and then the overlap is supposed to overlap properly because different bottles have different dimensions. So these two are actually the same. they're the same because they're the same but just taller. So this is 20 ounces, this is 12 ounces. Have a sip whilst we're there. So yeah, so then what we do is we trim. So we've got the trimmer underneath here. And this worktop I actually bought from IKEA. And it's solid. It's not just at the right height, it is solid. It holds the heat press down like it means business. And always get, if you're a crafter, always get a paper trimmer that's a guillotine. I'm not a big fan of the roller ones, even though I have got a roller one somewhere. I'm not a big fan of the roller ones because the roller blade actually gets blunt, and then you can't find another one. Whereas with this one, what happens is, and I have to be careful, what happens is this side is metal, and so as it comes down, it's sharpening, so it stays sharp all the time. So if you're a crafter and you do anything to do with paper, that's a quick tip there. So what I have is a special device that I bought. I think I bought this off eBay. And what I do is I basically just position my design. So I've measured my design as to the height of the white part. So I position my design according to the white part of the bottle, and it's basically and then you can see that the paper is not all the way around, so you basically just get because I printed it on one side of the A4. The base is actually the edge of the A4, so it's straight. I haven't actually cut it. This is the part that I've cut, so I'm not going to be relying on this part as much as I am relying on that part. She says, actually no, it's the other way around. It's the top part that I've actually this was at the top because I printed something else at the bottom. I'm confusing myself now. The best way to do that is to do this and see how it works out. Yeah, the bottom. So this was a bottom design. So thank you, Auntie Ophelia. We call her Auntie Fifi. The children call her Auntie Fifi. They go around to her house and bother her. I need to wipe this down. I think I'm just going to wipe it down with tissue. I'm not going to use rubbing alcohol because it's going to apply directly onto it. So yeah, so Christmas, I'm not actually doing garments this Christmas, only because I want to stick to, because there are so many people doing garments in April and, you know, Christmas stuff, and it's quite funny because the algorithm is really algorithming out there. So I did a TikTok live yesterday, and with the footage from the TikTok live, I uploaded onto Instagram as a reel, and I have been getting so many Jesus is the reason for the season designs coming up, and I'm like, wow, okay, are that many people actually using that phrase? Clearly there are. and the algorithm is matching that. So never stop yourself from putting a design out there, so long as you've been inspired to do it. Right, okay, so it is the bottom that I'm going to be working with. So if you watch what I'm doing, where I've actually cut the white directly on the edge, I am then going to be applying this edge, and there's an overlap, but the design overlaps very, very neatly, so you shouldn't actually see a seam. I'm not doing a full wrap, so I haven't got a bottle with a full wrap here, but I'm not doing a full wrap, so you won't see a seam because it's all white. But then what you need to do is just to squeeze it all the way around to make sure that it's not got any gaps in there at all the way. And then, so this is the thing, right? I haven't even got to the pressing. The pressing is like the quickest part of the whole process. It's the prep. But as you know, those of us who love cooking, you know that the prep is where it's at. You know, chopping the onion and garlic and measuring out the spices. Actually, that's a good point. Do you measure out your spices, or do you just pour it in as you go? Sometimes I measure out my spices just because I just want to pick up and throw it in there. And mainly also because there are people who ask me, like, how much of what do they put in to try and get a particular taste. And so I've got to the stage where I actually measure out my spices just so that I can tell people how much of stuff. Antitosin. It's okay. I've been doing it for a while, so it feels simple. But yeah, I know. I know you don't like. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting slits, and I'll show you what I do with the slits in a moment. And as much as I put my company sticker underneath the bottle, what I also do is on the print, because obviously I print directly from the studio, what I also do is I print the QR code onto the bottle, so that as people see it, if they want, then they can just scan the QR code directly. It's also got the website underneath it, but why have one when you can have both, you know? So this is how I wrap it, and I wrap it down, and so then I apply heat tape across. And then I do the same with the slits at the top. But this time around, obviously, because you've got the lid part of the bottle, the way I tighten it is a little bit different. So So how are people preparing for Christmas? Are you gonna go all out? When are you putting up your trees, actually? what we did last year was we put the tree out on Christmas Eve, so the day before Christmas Eve, and then we had it down on Boxing Day evening. Like, I was not messing about because the little one was actually crawling at the time, and the tree was too accessible, so we decided that we weren't going to have it for too long. And to be honest with you, once they've made use of it by taking the gifts from underneath it, we weren't going to have guests over the Christmas period because we were visiting others. So nobody else was going to see it anyway. And so it was so much quicker so like the box didn't even go far. The Christmas tree box was genuinely, sitting and waiting to be put back in. I think this year we'll probably have it out a little bit longer. Maybe when the older one comes on the Christmas break, which I think is the 19th, which gives us maybe a week of the tree being out. So I'm going to use, so this is the dispenser that I was talking about earlier. I'm going to be using this side of the dispenser now because I need to roll out the tape a little bit longer. This tape is quite thin actually, but it was free with something that I bought, so I'm not going to complain. So it acts like a little rope. So it acts like a little rope to get this design, this paper, all the way down. Because the thing about sublimation is the printing is once you apply heat to it, it actually turns into a gas. And so you want to do your very best to trap the gas as much as possible, but also you want to make sure that your design is actually you want it to be airtight, so it's tight to your item. And then you also want to not mess it up like I am doing right now. It's just taping, Ruth. What's going on? Right, let's cut that off because that's just excess. So you want it to be as tight as possible so that the gas doesn't escape, one, and then two, you also want it to be close to your item so that it prints directly onto it and it doesn't smudge. So we have this thing where if you've bought anything and you see that it's blurry, they call it ghosting because it's got like a shadow, and it would usually have a shadow because it wasn't airtight. And so as you went to move it whilst it was hot, maybe remove it from the heat press or something, it then tries to reprint. So like when you print and then your print has got a shadow, like it's got blurred effect. So yeah, this is quite airtight. So that's that. This is the coasters, and then you've got this beautiful bit of paper called butcher paper, and you can either use butcher paper or you can use parchment paper, but obviously parchment paper is more expensive, whereas butcher paper is cheap. And I bought this off eBay around the summer, and it was so much cheaper because everybody was buying butcher paper for barbecues and stuff like that. So these things were quite cheap, so I managed to get a whole roll, whereas in the past I've, for the same price, I've bought in the wrong season. So be a seasonal purchaser. That's my piece of wisdom right there for today. Be a seasonal purchaser. Think about what you actually need whilst the season is going on, and buy it before time. similar to my bottles and my mugs. I bought them before the Christmas period started, and so that meant that I got in front of the rush. So this is our heat press, and press a button and it basically comes up with the temperature. It's now going to be heating up. The pressing of the coasters and the glass clock, I have that at 325. So my base time is 120, so it stays at 120 when I'm not pressing. Listen, so much, but that's the reason why I have to, so Ophelia says so many processes go into it. That's the reason why I have to do it in batches. So right now I've done this, and I might actually do the Jesus is the reason for the season whilst I'm here, because the heat press is going to be hot, so I might as well. So 120 is the base temperature when I'm not doing anything with it. 129 is the temperature that I need it for, and then I need to set the time. So for the coasters, the time is 90 seconds, and then I put it on set. I should have actually done that whilst I was doing the bottle, but nonetheless, nothing is lost because I now need to set my butcher paper. Here's one I cut out earlier for the coasters. And then what I need to do is so actually I just caught on the corner of my eye the Fruit of the Spirit coasters. Here's ones I made earlier. So if you look at this, you can see that this side actually didn't print. It didn't press all the way through, so it's faded. So instead of the £6, you can have it for £3 if you want it. And similarly to this one, it's on this side. I'll show you on Instagram, it's on this side. So if you want it, then message me, put it in the comments. I want for half price, and I wouldn't normally sell these. I end up having them in my house. I've got so many on my desk. Here's a batch one that I made for a pastor's book launch, and they were faded, so I've got coasters for days. So let me know if you want them for half price, because they are current designs. I can't do them any less than that, but I also do not want them to be just sitting in my desk. So if you want, let me know. And with the coasters, they come with these cork bases, and so it becomes a non-stick surface. That's the coasters. So what we do is the heat press is actually hot from the top. So we have the design this way around. So you have cork design, butcher paper sandwiched into the design, and then we press it. But what I need to do is to actually test the pressure. So with any heat pressing, there are three things that govern the heat pressing process, and it's temperature, time, and pressure. And so you don't break your machine, you need to test the pressure. And the way to do that is to have, now usually I would have actually done it without, before I put it on, but I haven't. So this was last used on a garment, and obviously a garment is not as thick as the coaster. So I'm going to be easing off on this so it comes up all the way up. And because I haven't got any designs on it, I need to bring this forward. Right, okay. Here we go. We can swing better now. So what I do is, because this surface is usually used for garments, what I do is, this butcher paper has been used, there's ink on it, so I don't want ink transfer. So what I do is I lay butcher paper down, and then now the rule is, Molly's going to be really excited by me right now. This is Molly at Stolls UK. The rule is that you should be able to press your heat press with just 2 fingers. If you're able to do that, then you've pretty much got the medium pressure for whatever it is that you are pressing, that you're not pressing too hard. So we have got the right pressure for that coaster. So the heat press is going. I usually keep it closed because then the base is warmed up as well. Otherwise you're going to have hot and cold and so on. So you don't want to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna have a sneak peek at Instagram. Deja's online. It's Deja Designs, isn't it? Yeah. So Deja Designs, my girl, why's your name gone out my head now? It's gone out my head. Yeah, she does pretty bows for little girls. Well, and adults as well. Adults wear bows. I don't wear bows because I usually have my hair in a bun like this. I could do a big bow. Maybe I should ask for a gold bow. Should I ask for a gold bow for Christmas? Deja, what do you think? Should I have a big Christmas bow? We'll talk about that. But yeah, Deja Designs, she does bows with really, really nice patterns for little girls, and hairbands and headbands as well. So if you've got a child in mind that you want to gift to, you can either do them as as part of their Christmas stocking, or even their main gift for Christmas. I mean, Christmas is coming, so I'm just giving Christmas ideas right now. So you've got Mavics Fragrance Antitosin, who does perfumes for male and female, and you've got Ophelia, who does mogul fashion and cosmetics. So Ophelia does cosmetics as well, so lip gloss, lip glimmer, matte lip something. You clearly know that I don't wear makeup, so yeah, very much. I've got one here actually. She says one. I've got 2. So these 2 are actually out of stock. Yeah. But I've got them. So I've got Agatha and Erica. Agatha's dark. It's a bronze. Is a bronze color, and no, Erica is a bronze color, and Agatha is more of it's a lighter brown, but it's got pink glimmer in there. So those are my 2 go-to colors because I don't wear makeup. I try to just keep to as natural colors as possible, but I do need to get some of the matte like bright colors. There's one that I wanted. Was it the purple one? I think it was the purple one. But yeah, so this is actually clicked into the time because it's reached temperature. Now, imagine the second coaster was underneath it. Poor thing, sorry. Right, okay, so let's start our... So even though it started, now you see, because I put the butcher paper down, whatever it had transferred on there has actually transferred onto the butcher paper. Praise the Lord. So we can put that aside and we can get another one of these to put on there. And I try to get it in the center as much as possible because it's a center based machine. So our sandwich, poster, design, and then butcher paper, and then press it down and reset the clock. So that's going to go for 90 seconds. Matte lip stain. Thank you very much, Ophelia. Matte lip stains. And then eyelashes as well. That's my no-go area. Like, I'm not the one for eyelashes. But one thing about Mogul Cosmetics is you can reuse the lippies stuff on your eyeshadow and on your cheeks as well. And because I'm not an expert in makeup in any way, shape or form, I just don't venture in those areas. But when Ophelia, who is also a makeup artist, does them, she does them so well. So yeah, just go to her, go to her page. She's gonna be uploading more videos. I say, speaking into her future in Jesus' name, amen. She's gonna be uploading more videos of design ideas, especially as Christmas is coming along. Yeah, so that's where to go. So you've got your makeup, you've got your... My music has gone off because I share my Spotify and somebody is on the Spotify. Ha 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 ha. Here we go. So that alarm tells us that we are done here. And then what I need that I didn't... Sorry, Instagram. Is my heat gloves. So I basically just take it off and put it here, and then take the other one, and now I have an imprint, and we go again. So that's amazing. That's the song that they jumped on my Instagram with. Ha ha ha. But the funny thing is, it's actually a season 1 song as well. So, should we go to Christmas? Does anybody want to go to Christmas? Let's move into Christmas. Do you know what? I'm going to go to YouTube because this kind of behavior is just not okay. It's not their fault. They don't realize that I'm actually on a live. So let's go to... Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to... Let's go to Minister Dunson. There we go. Now, what's my favorite song right now? It has to be Let's Do Mercy. No, I don't want to answer any questions. Thank you. So that one's finished. Now we're going to go on to the clock. Who's ready for the clock? So the clock, as I said, because of the way the sandwich works, the clock is going to be this way round. And you can't silence the alarm, by the way the heat presses, you can't silence the alarm. So it has two lots of patterns. But what I now need to do is to change the time on it because it needs to be a little bit longer. So I now do it for double the time, which is 180, because before it was 90. So the same temperature, because ceramic and glass are pretty much the same composition. And then it's 180 I said, isn't it? So I'm going to get it to reach temperature, and then what I do need that I haven't got is butcher paper. So all I do is, with this much, I think I can't remember how many meters this is, but it was definitely not expensive. I think it was like £12 or something like that. So I can be generous. I can be generous with. So the timer has started and I haven't started. So I put it down and reset the time. And so don't try this at home. I just tried it and yeah, it wasn't good. So I'm going to put my heat gloves on, and so you can see, you might be able to see there's not much light on it. There is light on it. Actually, let me put the ring light on. Nah, that's too bright. Let's take that off. Yeah, if I just use it at an angle, you just be able to see the design on there where it's transferred. And one thing I did recently, when I was doing something else, I actually printed on the back. The back is a lot darker, but I printed on the back, and I'm looking at the thing and I'm like, why is it not so vibrant? Why is it not so vibrant? And then I realized that I'd actually printed on the back. It's quick and easy. I was able to print another one, pasted it on, and God being so good, because the cork actually covers the back, they didn't know. You know that Instagram reel where it says nobody's gonna know? Yeah, nobody's gonna know. So this is cooled down, and so we get our little tool to peel off the heat tape. And who's ready for the great reveal? Right, let me position myself so that both cameras can actually catch the great reveal. So notice I'm still holding it with the left. Oftentimes I try not to use the metal tool because it scratches it, and as much as I say that this is the back and I'm going to have the cork backing, I don't like scratching it. I just don't. My nail is sufficient, and by God's grace, my nails are grown. So I try to keep them as much as possible. Are you ready? Are we ready? Here we have it. Let's get Instagram into focus first of all. So here we have it, fully vibrant fruit of the spirit design. Can you see that? Can you see that? I made that. I made that from design to print to press. I'm proud of myself. And yes, thank you. So yeah, so that's one of. So what I want to do, the reason why I want to do the clocks now, and I'll do the rest of the coasters after, is because the clocks actually stay hot for a long time. So I need to have them. So what I tend to do is I put them on their individual boxes, so I can actually have the clocks cooling down. Now I've just noticed that the black on that side is showing a fade, so I'm not going to bring it out yet. I'm going to put it down and press it, which means it was off the press, a little bit off the press. So I have to watch the time because I'm not letting it press for any longer than it needs to, because what then tends to happen is you haven't got more ink because the ink that's there has turned to gas already, but I don't want to have ghosting. So what I need to do is just watch the next one that I put in, watch how I put it in so that it doesn't have that issue. So let's do the reveal of this one, and then yeah, after that I can then do the Jesus is the Reason for the Season coasters, because I have to watch the time because I'm only doing yes, this is what we came here for. So it has taken a lot of trial and error as well, in terms of the temperature, to get it right, because oftentimes what happens is you'll buy the products and they will recommend for you what temperature you should use, but you should know your machine, and with your machine you then know how to work it, and so on. So yeah, so I'm going to leave that there. There's a school of thought that says keep it on whilst it's on, and there's another school of thought that says take it off. I haven't quite decided what my school of thought is. What I have also just noticed right now is the circle has come through. Okay, so I'm going to put that there, because what I don't want is for not to be able to get the circle placement bang on this circle, and then it needs to be this way around, and then it transfers through to the glass. So what I'm trying to make sure is it's bang in the middle, and I think the other fade was due to, I'm going to peel it. I want to peel it. I have a feeling I put this on the wrong side. Girl. Let me see something. It's hot, it's hot, it's hot. Don't do it. It looks like I put that print on the wrong side, which is fine. If I put the print on the wrong side, it's fine, because then it means I get a second go. Yeah, I did. See, I put it. See, everybody witness. So this white side is where I was supposed to put the design, and the glass side is the front. So now it looks like it's transferred. The heater's heated, but nothing's gone on because it's the glass side. The glass side doesn't work like that. So, and this is the beautiful thing about having your own machine, because then it means you can print more as and when you need, versus if you buy from somewhere else, you now need to go online, go and order it, then it will take as long as they need to take to print it and then send it to you via whatever means that they need to send it to you via. So this is just plain tissue, and I'm able to actually just rub it off, which is amazing. So yeah. Oh, the Lord is good. The Lord is good. So as I'm rubbing it off, it's coming off. You see the reason why people don't do lives? Because these things happen to them. But it just shows our humanness, you know? So, what? Is that an advert? Oh, it's the Muller advert. Okay, let's play another one. This is one of my favorite songs right now. My Redeemer's Praise by Minister Dunsong. My Redeemer's Praise. So, what I'm gonna do straight away, no, I had a moment of panic there. I had a moment of panic, people. Why? Because I'm looking at the thing from the back and it doesn't look so vibrant. But look at that. Look at that, people of God. Look at that. That is just so beautiful. It's hot. I can feel it in my face. But that clock. This is it. This is what it is. But this is how it looks on the back. So I'm looking at the back and I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so faded. What's wrong with it? No, it's not faded at all. It's bright coloured. It's beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it on the glass side, because this is going to settle in. The ink is going to settle in on the front. But yeah. Yes. Let us not panic. The Lord has given us peace. Woo! Right. Okay. So let's do the next one. So we need to see the glass and know the white. So do it this way around. So we've got the right temperature and pressure. And our clock is in. And thank you, Jesus. May we not panic. May we not panic. The Lord is good. Right, okay. So what's Instagram saying? I have to come around to Instagram. Did Instagram go off? Okay, it looks like we're starting another live. What Instagram does is it actually archives, so I'll be able to see the video of the first batch. All right, okay, so this is ready. Whew. Ah, that went straight to my heart. Right, praise the Lord. Okay, so we're actually going to have 3 clocks because I'm not going to be printing this evening. Remember, we do things in batches. So I will do this clock at another time. I have actually got an order for the 3. So these 3 are spoken for. So if you'd like one, just pop onto the website and make your purchase, and I'll be back in the studio to make yours along with the others that I will be making very soon. Whew. Do you know what they do say? Adrenaline can stay in your system for a long time. I can still feel that. I can still feel that adrenaline of when I looked at the design and thought it had faded. Whew, whew. Calm down, Ruth. Calm down. Calm down. But yeah, that's some of the emotions that I go through on my own, oftentimes. So I'm glad you can be with me whilst I'm doing that. For Instagram Live, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if the phone went off or whatever, but I have been pressing the fruit of the Spirit for various items. I have done the coasters. I've done the coasters. I only did 2 because they're going to be part of the order that I have and for the market that I'm going to be doing. And I'm currently doing the clock. So this clock is still hot. So I'm not going to pick it up with my hands. So this is the front of the clock, and then I've got the mechanism that I will actually apply to it, but it's still really, really hot right now. So I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm just going to leave it to cool down. And again, I have put the QR code on here and the website. So if you have that hanging and someone comes to your house or in your office and they ask, oh, where did you get the clock from? Just scan the QR code or go onto the website and you can find and get yours one. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That is what we are doing right now. So we're going to put this little gem right here on the shelf because it is now going to go back into its box until such a time as we need to use it. Now, did somebody see what I didn't do? I didn't put the butcher paper on top of it, and I just got a whiff of ink in my nose. So we're going to put it down like this. We're going to transfer so I'm putting this little bit of butcher paper down. Well, actually, this is parchment, this is butcher. So the sandwich is product, then butcher paper, and then press for 180 seconds. So this, where the dot that I printed so that I can center the design onto the clock is actually turning into gas and coming through. I've put butcher paper down so that it goes onto this small butcher paper and not onto the base one that I'm using right now. These are ones that I used before. Clean as you go, because then your craft room doesn't look a mess when you walk in one day. that's the roll over here. Yeah, see, so this is the center bit that I'm talking about, but as it turns into gas, it then onto anywhere that it would have it. And yeah, so that's used off. So the paper that I actually print on is sublimation paper. You can't print on any ordinary paper, not your ordinary printer paper. It won't work because the ink is special, the paper is special, the printer is special. My printer is actually a converted inkjet printer, but I am putting an order in for a purely sublimation only printer, and that should be coming through very soon, and you'll find out about it. I'll be doing a full unboxing of that very, very soon. So yes, this clock has cooled down a lot more now, so we can move it over this side. And then we can move this one, which is still hot. I can feel it. Special heat gloves. My app that I use to do my YouTube live video is telling me that the camera I am using is less than 20% battery. So I'm gonna have to go off, because the same place that I use to charge the phone is the same place that the mic connects to on the camera. So I will be going off on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll go onto the Instagram and I will be posting the coasters once I've done them, but you can switch over to Instagram right now to be part of that Instagram live. As I continue, I will be continuing to press all of this. Woo! No panic, no panic. It's just butcher paper falling over. Yeah, so I will be going to do that and continuing with the heat pressing of that. Let's just let the gases breathe for a moment. So let's just move that onto there. So it has been suggested for me to actually line my worktop let's turn that off for a second. Yeah, it's been suggested for me to line my worktop with vinyl. I work with vinyl a lot, and it's been suggested for me to line my worktop with vinyl. But the thing is, because I use it for hot stuff as well, it's not ideal, because if I put this hot glass directly on there, then it will obviously melt. Right, okay, so I'm changing the time back to 90 seconds because of the coasters. The coasters are only 90 seconds. It's the clocks that are 180. So pressure, 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 pressure. There we go. Got there in the end. So thank you very much, YouTube Live. Follow us on Instagram at Adinkra Crafts if you're not already following. Share, like, subscribe. Go onto the bottom of the video and comment. Leave wonderful comments, and yeah, Thank you. God bless. Mwah.